Hello, this brief presentation is a summary of 4 other presentations dealing with well-being in and around the workplace, the nature of high-quality jobs, why high-quality jobs matter for performance and well-being, and the practical actions organisations can take to improve well-being through improving the quality of work. Through a questionnaire, interviews, and talking to people at events throughout the United Kingdom, we spoke to over 400 people about their views on well-being in and around the workplace. We talked to experts in occupational health and employment relations, adult learners, workers, business leaders, and trade unionists. Across all these groups there was consistency in their views on what well-being was. For these people, well-being comprises of life satisfaction, job satisfaction and happiness, health, especially mental health but also including physical health, self-esteem and a feeling that one is in control of one's life, having a job and doing that job well, and belonging to a community in the workplace. In our analysis of the 2012 British Skills and Employment Survey, we found that over 60% of workers were in jobs that could be categorised as high quality jobs. Such workers experienced better well-being and better work-life balance. These jobs were characterised by having some involvement in decisions that affect the work, use of skills, training and development opportunities, working in teams and sharing information, having regular performance appraisals, and job security. Although a minority of people in high quality work received performance related pay, the majority did not. It is good news that so many workers report being in high quality work. However, it is worrying that a significant minority of UK workers could be in very low quality work. Job quality does matter. To illustrate, we used the NHS staff survey to find out whether job quality had impacts on well-being at work and performance indicators. We found that trusts that made more extensive use of high-quality jobs and supporting human resource management practices in 2013 were more likely to show improvements from 2012 to 2014 in staff satisfaction, staff engagement, sickness absence, and also patient satisfaction. So, what can organisations do? We found 33 studies that gave us the best evidence on practical actions that organisations can take to improve job quality and well-being. We found 3 promising actions that managers must engage in order to maximise the chances that any actions work. These were ensuring that managers are committed to the changes. This is necessary, but by itself it appears to be insufficient to increase the chances of any actions working. We found that it was important to ensure that any actions and changes were integrated with other business systems so that the changes were working with current business models and not against business processes. We also found that it was important for managers to ensure that workers participated in the changes and that their views and their concerns were attended to. We found evidence that training workers to improve their well-being through improving their own job quality might be a promising approach in this area. We found some initial evidence that in some circumstances training workers to improve their own job quality could also improve their performance. This kind of training usually involves finding ways to show workers in which they can make minor and incremental improvements to the quality of their own work. Because it does not involve changing business processes and systems per se, it is just a training program, this is likely to be one of the least expensive options to improve the quality of work and well-being. We found promising evidence that direct improvements in job quality coupled with training can improve worker well-being. We also found some initial evidence that such an approach could, in some circumstances, also improve worker performance. Improvements in job quality can involve things like delegating decision making on what tasks are done, how they are done, and when they are done to workers, and training. In the studies we examined, usually involved training workers to look after their own well-being and health. If improvements to jobs can be done informally, such as informally delegating decision making, then this need not be a costly option. However, if improvements in jobs do involve changes in business processes, then it might be a more expensive option for improving well-being. The most promising evidence for improvements in well-being and performance came from actions which involved both improvements to job quality and extensive changes to human resource management practices. In all cases where there were improvements in well-being and performance, the actions were focused on improving some aspect of worker welfare, whether that be well-being or safety, as well as focusing on improvements in performance. As well as changes to the nature of the job, such as delegating decision making or clarifying roles, such changes also included training and development, management development, changes in communication practices, and changes in performance management systems. Although clearly an expensive option because of the extent of changes required, in the cases we examined there was also often a substantial return on investment. As an example of such system-wide changes, we'll take one of the studies included in our analysis. This was a study of changes in a manufacturing plant that had a poor safety record and a poor performance record. So the actions taken by management were actions to improve safety, an aspect of worker welfare, and performance. Historically, there had been very bad relations with the trade unions. So before the changes, the CEO worked on improving those relations with the unions so that the changes, when they were introduced, had strong backing both from management and the trade unions. Changes focused on three main areas. Through training, there were improvements in skills and abilities. There were also changes to the basis of motivation through changes to the performance management system, which was essentially a change from a disciplinary-based system to a rewards-based system. In relation to jobs, workers that had specialist skills were given specialist roles so that they could use those skills, and all workers were trained and delegated to take decisions about the organisation of their workstations. There were improvements in both organisational performance and in safety across a range of indicators. There were also significant improvements in worker job satisfaction, an aspect of well-being. Detailed information on job quality and well-being can be found in these sources.